Hello to my fellow survivors. How are you guys doing today? I hope well. Me and my boys were back outside. We're just relaxing. It's like going on 12. Feels really good, just like yesterday. Pretty much the same vibe. So today I am going to discuss what it's like to be in a sexless marriage. This topic is going to be kind of hard for me to discuss it because it's actually very embarrassing. It's one of those things, it will make you feel horrible. It really will. It will make you feel like the most undesirable person ever, unattractive, all those things. And all those things that they pretty much wanted you to feel. So, it is very strange. I used to always wonder, exactly. I used to definitely blame myself for it. Of course you start to blame yourself if you're going through something like that. Wonder if it's something that you're doing that's making your partner not desire you sexually. But when you do the research and you speak to other women that have maybe gone through it, or maybe just watch other people share their stories, you start to realize that the reason why you're going through that is it's all about control. It's all about control. They have to keep you. How can I explain this? When you're dealing with a narcissist, it's all about the supply that you can give to them. So they do certain things to make you feel bad about yourself, and pretty much they have to keep you wanting and wanting them, craving them, fighting for their attention, because that's what gives them the supply. So anything that's healthy, like a healthy sex life, that's not desirable to them, because they need to keep you at a place where you're begging for them, because that's what gives them their supply. So I know it sounds crazy, but unfortunately that's how it works in the mind of a narcissist. So yes, I was in a sexless marriage. When I say things like that, people are like, "We got 3 kids." I mean, a sexless marriage is not you guys don't have never had sex and you guys don't have sex at all. A sexless marriage is pretty much, it's not like a general connection. It's not like love making. It's not something that you guys do because you guys genuinely love each other, and your husband desires you, he wants you, you turn him on. I'm just being honest. Like, it's not like that when you're dealing with somebody like that. It's a power thing. It's all about power and control. As the video goes on, I'm sure it will come to my head exactly how I can explain it. But yeah, that's what we're going to be discussing today. So stick around if you want to hear about this mess. Yeah, so I decided to discuss this because I did want to get more deeper into my story. I don't want to just stay like surface. I want to explain exactly what it is to be, exactly how it feels to be married to somebody with MPD. I don't want to just like leave out the embarrassing things, because I feel like that wouldn't be fair, because I want to share my story. I want to help people, and I hope that this is helping people, because I know for a fact that there's people out there that are still married to people like this and are freshly out of it, or maybe they never really put their finger on exactly what they were going through. So that's why I decided to share my story. But yeah, I used to, when it comes to like things like intimacy with my husband, I used to, wonder and ask him, he would say things like, this is like in the beginning, and, if he wants to blame, that's why I say like, this happened in the beginning, so he can't really blame like things like me gaining weight because of the kid, like me having my babies, or me gaining weight or something like that. He really can't blame it on that, because these things were taking place when I never had kids and I was in shape and still had the flat stomach, all those things. Obviously he thought I looked good because he married me, so he can't. You want water? Okay, baby, I'm gonna get you some water. He can't blame it on that, because these are problems that were occurring from the beginning. So yeah, I'll be back. Let me go get my child. Yeah, so I'm back now. Yeah, it was very strange. I don't know. I just always wonder, like, why is sex complicated? That's supposed to be like the easiest thing, especially when it comes to a man. I mean, they can give you problems in every other area, but sex, they wouldn't give you problems because, you know, men usually, let me just say, that's usually not a problem when it comes to a man, you know. I mean, it's usually women withholding sex, not men. But yeah, it was very strange. So he definitely did it, pretty much what he was trying to do, he did do. It definitely worked. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to watch my surroundings. Yeah, you know, he didn't want me to feel good. He didn't want me to feel pretty. He didn't want me to feel desirable. So everything, at the time, I didn't look at it like that. I just wanted to have sex with my man. But now I know that he needed to, like, beat me down. So that's how he used it. He used sex as a weapon. He wouldn't give me that emotional connection. He wouldn't give me, like, that feel good. Like, he wouldn't give it to me because he really needed me to be just, like, at his knees. Grade A supply, pretty much. He needed grade A supply. So, grade A supply is usually, like, he just needed me to be damaged, you know. So he used that. And it used to be very devastating to me, especially, like, you know, having conversations with your friends, and they're telling you how they're going to be doing this and how they're planning romantic nightcaps with their, you know, and stuff like that. And you're just sitting there like, well, damn, I wish I can plan a romantic nightcap, you know. But it makes you feel very little and low, especially as a woman, because a married woman, you know, you really want those things, you know. That's something to look forward to, you know. But I didn't get that from him. I really didn't get that from him. So yeah, that was definitely a big. So yeah, I used to and I'm not gonna lie, I used to, like, ask him. I used to be like, you know, there was a time when I used to try to initiate it, but I feel like a few times I felt kind of like rejected, you know. I used to get advice from, you know, a few friends that I trust. I used to get advice. They used to say things. I don't want to get too graphic, but I don't want to get too graphic. But they would say things. Why don't you just, like, wake him up, you know, like, while he sleep, like, you know, do something to him while you sleep. Or they used to say things like that. And I would try it, and he would just be like, it didn't work. I'll just say that it didn't work. It just wasn't, it didn't feel natural. Felt very awkward, you know. Yeah, so I used to, like, try to, like, initiate it like in the beginning, but I eventually stopped. I would try to, but it wasn't, like, it didn't feel good. So it's like I would try to, like, mention it a little bit, you know, like, you know, it's been a while, you know, like, say things like that. And it just seemed like it would annoy him, you know. He just would get annoyed. And I used to be like, I eventually just said, for whatever, you know, whenever he wants it, that's when I'm gonna give it to him. And I'm just being honest with you. I stopped caring after a while. I really did, because the feeling was so hurtful to feel rejected by your own husband that I just said, fuck it, you know. If he wants it, then it's here. And that's just how it became all about him. Like, I didn't get much pleasure. I really didn't. I didn't get any pleasure from it at all. And it's really crazy because it's not like he's not a sexual person, because I know he is. I just think, like, when it came to me, his wife, which is very backwards, that's not where he wanted to get it from. He wanted it from other people, I think. I mean, you know, or from like pleasure in himself or something like that. I don't know, just being honest with you. I just think with me, it was just all about control. It wasn't about pleasure at all. Only time it was about pleasure is when he was love bombing me. But as far as just natural pleasure that you give the woman that you love, I didn't get that from him. You know, if he was to hear this today, he probably would try to deny it and say, you know, telling I'm making up stories or something like that. But I'm not making up stories. He knows that this is true. We talked about it all the time. and it never went anywhere. You know, it's never went anywhere. And there was times we were going through like financial issues, or you know, there was times that maybe I thought he was depressed, you know, and those are reasons for men to not really have like a high sex drive. So I thought maybe that's what it was, but as time goes by, and it was becoming clear to me that this is not because of any illness that you have. Well, you have an illness, you have MPD, but it wasn't because of like freaking depression or something like that. It was because you wanted me fiending for you all the damn time. You wanted me in my best, like at my best behavior, like going above and beyond in a relationship. So things had to like remain super toxic. You know, I had to always feel like I have to fight for you, and be on my best behavior and things like that. So you didn't want me to get too comfortable. You didn't want me to feel fulfilled emotionally. You wanted me, you know, you just wanted me, I guess, fighting all the time, you know, fighting for his attention and giving him that supply, you know, because he needs supply to live. Yeah, so, yeah. Another thing that being in a sexless marriage can do to you is it can make you extremely jealous of other women. And I'm not a jealous person. I don't walk around with envy in my heart and wanting what another woman got. That's not who I am. But when you're going through something like that, that's a little dramatic. It could make you envious of other women. Because, well, I'm gonna say jealous of other women. I feel like, to me, jealous and envy is two different things. I feel like everybody can be jealous, but envy is when it becomes more of a hate thing. So I would say I did become a little bit jealous of other women. Why? Because women that I knew wasn't going through something like that. It just would make you want to crawl under a rock. Sorry, my kids. Anyways, but yeah, it can make you extremely jealous of other women, especially women that you know had a real connection with their husbands, or women who husbands wanted them and loved them and showed them affection, you know. Like, one thing about my husband is that people would never ever know that I was going through that, because he made sure when we were in front of people that he came across as a very loving person. Like, he would kiss me in front of people. He would give me like these little nicknames. He used to call me, my name is Tara. He used to call me Tarazi and Sweet and things like that in front of people. So people, like, the stuff that I'm explaining that was happening inside of my house, people probably would never know that, because he was on his best behavior when we were around people. But anyways, yes, the other woman thing. Yeah, like, you know, you have friends that you talk to, or maybe will, you know, tell you, you know, how, you know, just maybe tell you about things that their husbands are doing, or maybe things that they have planned. And, you know, they don't just sit back and tell you their sex life or nothing like that. But, you know, you can just always tell when a man loves their woman. And when you hear about it, like, you know, you're happy for your friend, but then you really start to feel like, damn, I wish that my husband, you know, wanted me in that way. Or if I wish that he made me feel, you know, sexy and things like that. Like, you know, you will start to feel that way about other women whose men do show them love. You know, you really would. And it just would make you feel it's not good. Like, very, very little. I always say little. But just not, you know, when you're a woman. And I was only married for 6 years. I mean, that's long, but it's not super long. You know, you want to feel like, first off, it can also make you very insecure. Very, very insecure. It will make you feel like a woman could easily get your husband's attention, you know, when he's out, because he's not getting it from you at home. And it's not like you don't want to, but it's not like you don't want to give it to him. It's just like, it's just not happening. So It make you very, very insecure. It'll make you feel like, damn, okay, well, it's not like, you know, if you guys had a healthy sex life and, you know, you guys were good in that area, you wouldn't really worry about another woman taking your man. And if another woman did take your man, you would know that, well, it's not because of me. Like, I didn't, you know, I wasn't withholding it, you know, but it'll make you very insecure. It really would. It'll make you feel like a woman could easily come and take your place, or you can easily snatch your man's attention, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, it really will do that. And it was nothing that I was intentionally doing. Like, I wanted to please him in every way, to be honest with you, but he just made it so hard, and he made me feel like I wasn't capable of that. So it definitely will really have it will fuck up your self-esteem. I try not to cuss, but you know, I do cuss sometimes, but it will make you feel very little. Yeah, so that's crazy because yeah, now me and my husband are separated. We're not together right now. We're gonna be having a divorce. We'll be getting a divorce. I know he's out there, you know, messing with other women and stuff like that, and probably having a time of his life. But it's just like, there's a part of me that's wondering, like, okay, so you're giving some other woman, you know, that part of you that I'm sure don't deserve it, but you wouldn't give that to me, you know, that definitely deserves it. All the shit that I put through, I mean, I went through with you, all the love that I gave to you, that I poured into you, everything that we've built together is like, I'm not worth that one thing, you know, but you would easily give it to somebody else. This is crazy to me, the mind of a person with NPD. Just their mind is just crazy. It's like they use certain people for different areas. Like, they'll have this person because that person does this for them, and then they'll have that because that person does this for them. Like, I guess supply maybe sex that they like or whatever. Then they have their wife at home that is just a damn maid, you know, that's giving them that they have their wife in such a crazy mental state that's just begging and getting breadcrumbed and love bombed and devaluating her characters and smearing her character. You would think that they would be doing that to somebody else, but they give somebody else the best of them, then come home and act a fool. It's crazy. You should bet your best behavior at home. You know, that's where you spend most of your time. But I guess, like, he wanted me just this little docile slave that he can just treat like crap, you know. Like, who does that to their own wife? It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, I know there's men that cheat, you know. I don't agree with that, but I know there's men that do. But some of them still have the sense to at least treat their wife good. I mean, there's men that go home and act like nothing even happened and still treat their wife good. But you got some men that treat their wife like shit and a big slave, then go to the other woman and treat her like she's something, and she ain't did nothing but gave you some sloppy ass vagina that. All right, anyways. You let me cool down, Mosa. But yeah, I know I said I was gonna be quiet, but no, I'm not gonna be quiet. You go and treat the woman that probably gets passed around, that has different men every day. Like, you'll happily go over there, but with the one that is just for you, that doesn't even get barely touched, like, you treat that one like that's the disease, the one. This is just so awkward, you know, very awkward and weird. But I guess that's what happens when you know, when you treat your wife like she's just nothing, you know, when she's definitely something. But it's okay. That part of my life is ending. Yeah, so that's what it's like a little bit to go through a sexless marriage. Not fun, very degrading, make you feel like crap. But my kids are getting a little restless, so I'm gonna close this video out. And like I always say, while life takes its course, remember to just breathe. I love you guys. Gotta go.